Hello, I'm Marilyn Chase, your state senator from the 32nd Legislative District. Our state needs a strategy for economic recovery that will replenish the taxpayers' investment funds. The health of Washington State's economy is not measured by the number of millionaires paying income tax because we do not collect income tax. The state survives on its shoppers paying sales tax. It only makes sense then that we focus on creating jobs that will enable shoppers to purchase durable goods that generate sales taxes. Economic recovery will come when the Carhartt cluster is off the bench and back on the job, repairing and building our infrastructure. When tourists come to our beautiful state to spend their money and go home on our fabulous roads. And when our manufacturing sector is shipping goods across the nation and around the globe. Yes, there are many economic development plans out there, but most of these focus on long-term goals which, while important, will not put many Washingtonians back to work. Manufacturing Washington-owned patents in China is not a strategy for economic recovery for our state. All strategies with an eye toward the immediate future must focus on creating private sector jobs that will support public sector priorities and responsibilities that we care about. Replenishing our state's depleted general fund, in reality, the taxpayers' investment funds must be the metric by which we measure the effectiveness of our strategies to rebuild our economy. Increasing the tax rate is not nearly as effective as increasing the number of taxpayers with money in their pockets to go shopping. Putting more money in people's pockets means that they will buy the high-ticket goods that we need them to buy in order for sales tax revenue to begin flowing into the safety net and education budgets again. This will help bolster businesses that sell goods and increasing the flow of B&O tax dollars. But how do we accomplish this? Simply, in one word, jobs. Jobs that pay well in communities all across our state. The Washington state workforce numbers about 4 million when we're all working. 4 million shoppers with cash to spend can replenish the state general fund. Putting the 350,000 unemployed workers back on the job must be our highest priority for economic recovery. The thing is that there are job openings, good ones, in what I call Centers for Applied Innovation. These are high-paying jobs requiring advanced manufacturing skills, newly developed innovative skills and techniques being applied on the job. Our state is blessed by approximately 7,150 manufacturing firms, our Centers for Applied Innovation, located within our borders. These jobs pay an average of $77,000 annually. High-wage jobs that require highly skilled workers exist at places like Boeing, Microsoft, in construction firms and research laboratories, and the other thousands of firms looking for qualified workers. While there are openings in these fields, the people in our workforce who are looking for work could potentially fill the positions, but they aren't trained for them. The need to support job training initiatives is a topic for another video. Our focus today is on the businesses themselves. Our manufacturing businesses are centers of applied innovation. They need our support. Expanding our manufacturing base in the state of Washington rather than in the nation of China means investment in workforce education and workforce development, in securing the conditions needed for globally superior clusters of applied innovation in manufacturing. And it won't come cheap. But we can help our businesses create the jobs of the future through careful investment in R&D, workforce training, equipment, and infrastructure. But with public investment, we must have transparency and accountability of our investments. I'm proposing a bill which will increase the accountability of tax expenditures, also known as tax loopholes, for manufacturing machinery and equipment by requiring businesses that use this tax expenditure to prove that through this public sector investment, they are providing a net benefit to the state. So instead of simply enjoying a tax break that requires no proof of a benefit or return on investment to taxpayers, these businesses will have a deferred tax break. So how do we measure a net benefit to the state? To avoid the practice of corporate welfare, which we have employed for so many years and through so many tax breaks, businesses that qualify for a tax deferral must prove an economic benefit to the state by adding the number of jobs created or maintained measured by the taxes the jobs generate, plus the amount of increased economic activity and the taxes generated by that activity, and subtracting the annual amount of the tax deferral. Did the taxpayers of the state of Washington get a fair return on their investment in that business? So what if a business is unable to prove a net benefit once a tax deferral is granted? Unlike our current tax expenditure structure, we'll now have some options to defend the taxpayer's investment. Recipients of the deferral must file an annual report providing information which demonstrates the net benefit to the state the deferral has created. Deferred taxes do not have to be repaid unless the recipient fails to show in any year over a 20-year period that there was a net benefit to the state and the taxpayers. If there was not a net benefit, the taxes must be paid. The taxpayers' investment funds are not a profit center for gaming the system for tax loopholes. Doesn't it make sense at a time when we are stretching every dollar as far as it can possibly go that we provide a course of action to reclaim the literally billions of dollars we are giving away in tax expenditures each year without any requirements for accountability for these funds? Not all tax expenditures are bad. Some of them are necessary and should remain. Others are outdated or have served their purpose. We need a tool to sort out which are which. My bill provides for increasing accountability for the tax preferences for manufacturing machinery and equipment. That's all for this week. As always, please contact me with any questions, comments, or concerns. My information is at the bottom of your screen. Thanks for watching.